Hey everyone, welcome back to Fire Emblem, new mystery of the Emblem, Heroes of Light and Shatter. Shadow, but better, and we're gonna shatter a bunch of enemies in Chapter 1, the first part of the real game, I guess. And with me is Original Raisins. How you doing today? Ready to shatter?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I was ready for some Heroes of Light and Shatter, you know? I was like, man, oh man.
We're in South
You're just
Arcanea
going
right
full
now.
American over here. Yeah, no. We're in the South, we're ready to go. No. Gotta go with the bit. No, but here we are in Chapter 1, question mark? Actually?
Yeah,
Okay,
it is called Chapter 1. No, the prologue is 8 chapters, and we got through all of it, so now we're in proper Chapter 1, and we have battle preparations, which we've had for a while, but now more and more options are starting to open up, and I think it's time that we kind of go through them to see what options we have to do there, because I like to say that Fire Emblem is often won and lost based on your preparations, and if you don't have a good setup and you end up having to improvise on turn 1 or turn 2, you probably didn't do your preps properly. So I think it's nice to go over the options that we do have. F12 has a couple of pretty weird ones that I think are nice to highlight. So pick unit, self-explanatory, view map, self-explanatory, inventory, self-explanatory, but reclassing is normally in DSFE where you can move units within their class trees. I'm not going to show it off because it might spoil the units that I have to review for this episode. But basically, for this challenge, it is disabled, so we will not be using it. I'm going to try to keep it on new exclamation mark for as long as I can. But normally, female units have one class set of, I think, 5 or 6 classes, and males are divided into 2 different class sets of 5 or 6 different classes each. And if you've beaten, I think, Lunatic, or the game in its entirety, I forgot, I think it's Lunatic, then you unlock merged class sets, which means that the 2 male sets can class between them. So, for example, Gordon or Ryan can only class for the classes that are with the archer trees. It's like Myrmidon, Cavalier, Priest, Mage. And then you have the class set 2 for males, which is the fighters generally. So someone like Barst, for example, would be able to go like Fighter, Pirates, Armor Knights. And when you beat the game on Lunatic, those 2 class sets are merged, and so male units can go in pretty much any class that you want them to, which is interesting and kind of strange and hard to wrap your head around if you're used to the separated class sets. This is different from F11 where they're just always separated. So that if anyone talks about like merged class sets or male class set 1 and 2, now you know what that is all about. Armory, you can buy weapons here, and we're to buy some weapons there. I really need to go over unit reviews first before we show it off properly, because I just realized it's gonna totally spoil raises if we get to the units, because we have 2 new ones. So
yeah, it's gonna open up a menu.
Yeah, but we can buy iron weapons here. That's really the main thing, and we can forge. Very important feature. Saving whatever. Talk. This is where you can have like info conversations and support conversations, which is pretty cool. These generally just either remind you of where you are at the story or who's who. Since this is a sequel, this is a nice way to kind of recap what every place and every person is kind of all about if you don't know. So I thought this was also, it was just kind of neat that they brought this back. I prefer the info convos from like Path of Brains and Raining Dawn for how they're written, but I think it's pretty cool that they included this. I think Fire Emblem fandom as a whole has been pining for the return of info conversations in addition to support conversations, and I like that this game is both. How's Everyone is a weird feature that's kind of reminiscent of like the 3DS features where you run around in My Castle and kind of ask people how they're doing. There's also the feature in Awakening where you kind of go into a little tent and people just kind of walk around and you get random bonuses and stuff. How's Everyone's kind of like that. It can give you small stat boosts or sometimes random items. And a lot of those random items have been used by the programmer of the patch, Radd, and they will often return like personal items or personal weapons that might end up in the convoy or on a different person. And so they kind of break the game if you use this feature. So use this as your own like discretion. We're not going to use it because I don't want to break things, but you can get extra personal weapons in this feature and put them on other people sometimes if you were able to, if you're lucky.
And they're like completely untradeable, and so you just like garbage your inventory slots, right? Like, you know.
Yeah, it depends. I don't think every weapon has been programmed in the exact same way, but I know, for example, that a train lance, you can probably put it on someone else. I think you can trade that one around. But even though they're like joke weapons, they're like Cord's axe, I think is one of them, or like Board's axe, or something like a wooden spoon or a ladle or whatever. You know, the sticks, whatever. I think we got a couple in Awakening. There's a bunch in Fates, stuff like that. There's like a weapon I think called like like the Raider axe from Fate. Those kind of weapons. They're kind of here, and a lot of slots had to be used to fit all the personal weapons that my patrons requested. So that's why they're in here. Guide is self-explanatory. Drill grounds we'll go into when it actually is unlocked. So with that in mind, probably a good time to talk about the new units. If we look at the map real quick, a lot of units left us. We no longer have like Altena. We no longer have what else left us? Conrad has left us. But we have a couple of units that we haven't shown yet that could have been recruited in Prologue. Specifically, there was a point where we could choose between getting Draug and Ogma, and now we would have Draug, so that I think is Kellic. And then there was a point where we chose between Kane and Est. Those have both left. So that's Sephiran or whatever Est was. We'll figure that out when we get there. But the priest that we have here, the wrist replacement Lachesis is gone, but we have a new one over here. So any predictions who this is, Raisins?
Oh man, a priest.
Yes, it's
male
a guy.
female?
It's a dude. Male.
Oh, it's a guy. It's a dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried to say priest one male and cleric one female. I tried.
Gotcha. Well, it's got to be Molder the Boulder then, right?
Molder the Boulder.
Come on.
I like where your
Yeah,
head's
I
at.
am.
I like where your head's at. I like where Molder's head's at. Unfortunately, it is not Boulder. It is.
Oh no.
It is Brady.
Brady. Oh,
Very
makes sense,
expected. So Brady submitted by David. Once again, we have a child unit. We already had who was it again that we got as a child unit? We got
Lucina?
Lucina. Lucina's also gone for now. But so we have Brady here, and he assumed that for him, I assumed that Libra was his dad, and his mom is of course always Maribel. And these are his growth rates that you get if you do that pairing and then you round to the nearest 5, because the way that the growths are programmed, you kind of have to round them to the nearest 5. So this is what we got. And you can see that just like with Sephiran, some of his stats are a little high for what you might expect from a curate. Most notably some stats that he doesn't need at all right now, like skill and luck. Those are 17 and 20 respectively. That's really high. But something else you might notice is he's a tank. He's got 40 HP. So even if he gets doubled with that 6 speed of his, he will probably survive a round of combat. If he doesn't get doubled, he'll probably survive too. So if we're ever in a hairy spot and we think it's more important that we survive the turn rather than that every enemy gets counterattacked, then we can use him. He will never suffer from success. He will pretty much always survive. He will never get crit thanks to that 20 luck. So he'll be fine if he gets attacked. We probably don't want him to if we can help it, because it doesn't counterattack. But if we just need a guy that heals everyone and stays pretty safe, if we need to like explore a reinforcement zone or something, see if something comes out, we can put him at the edge. So he's pretty durable, and he'll just fulfill your needs. So it's not like in the old games where like Malaysia or Yumina, where you have to be super, super careful where you position him. Instead, you get rewarded for being careful, but you don't get punished too hard if you're not careful. So how useful do you think this tanky healer will be, Raisins?
Yeah, I mean, okay, for one, he's a healer. If you weren't tanky, he'd still be good, but then he's tanky, so it's like also he's just like, he has this additional utility, you know? Like in a way, tanking is like healing, right? It's just front-loaded.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you just take some damage so the other friends don't have to, and then you don't have to heal them. I guess you don't get EXP for it. This kind of reminds me of like, it's very thematically fitting, like FE1 healers who just didn't gain EXP at all and so like tanked enemy attacks.
True.
Remember, this is what it's kind of reminding me of. All these like, this is like the second tanky healer in a row. It's like, oh, so this is how we level them up, like, I guess, you know?
He'd do well there, yeah. I don't think you get XP for like face tanking enemies here, like not even one. I might be wrong, but you know, he would do well in that environment for sure.
Yeah, I think the EXP formula here is completely different. In FE1, for those who are like scratching their head, what's going on? I think when a cleric in FE1 got attacked, then they instantly got EXP as though they had killed the enemy. Like that's what they got, right?
Sounds about right. Yeah, I think so. I know in Thrace, like, if you do combat as a healer, even if you like don't kill them, or even if you don't do any damage, then you also get XP as if you just did combat normally. So that's another good way. Like if you think of like Tina being trained by dodging archers over and over, that's also kind of how that works.
Just don't look at the fatigue stat, whatever you do. Right? Like, you know.
He'd also do pretty well in a fatigue game with that 40 HP.
Yeah. That's true. Oh, true. Yeah. What on earth? 40 HP? Like, how long does it take for you to get a 40 HP unit in Thrace 2? It's like
I know, right?
3/4 of the way through the game. I guess actually, well, there's like Daggar, but you know, aside from that.
Yeah, and just to preemptively counter allegations that I arbitrarily buffed this unit, I'm pretty sure I put this unit in like Ninian, and it's like, okay, what if I paired Libra with Maribel, and what would Brady look like a base in Awakening? And I think he was better before, and I nerfed him, and I might have transferred some points from like magic and speed to HP and defense and luck or something, but I'm pretty sure his stats were pretty good already. Like, Kids and Awakening just have insane stats because that game is so stat inflated, and I had to port him over in some way. I could have just made him like boring bad, but I decided, let's see if we can get away with making a really quote-unquote strong healer, but he still only has like 5 strength. I guess strength doesn't matter. 5 res, 8 magic, 6 speed. Like, all these stats are still bad. All right.
Yeah, no, it's like this doesn't look like an Awakening unit. So I think this HP got, you know, it all went to his gut, I guess. That's what happened.
Basically. Okay, we also have a Paladin new on our roster here. What do you think? What do you think? We think that guy is?
Okay, well, it's got to be a Paladin from the series, and it's not Titania because that's who we had last time.
True.
Well, I guess not necessarily, but I'm pretty sure you wouldn't bring up any, like... I'm pretty sure you wouldn't bring anyone back. It's got to be all new. I'll go for, like, Quan.
Quan!
You know?
Interesting guess,
That's right.
All right. Unfortunately, it is not Quan. It is...
I'll be right one day.
Seth. Hey, you were right on Amelia, basically.
Oh, seriously? Okay,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah, Seth.
I'll take that. I'll take it.
Let me grab a sheet here. So, Seth looks pretty much the same as he does in Sacred Stones. I think his base level there is 1, and here it's 3. But I believe his bases were copied 1-1, and his growths were copied 1-1. He does have D rank in swords, but A rank in lances still as we're used to, so he can use the silver lance just like normal. It's only B rank, but the A rank will give him some extra hit and attack, I suppose. And just in general, when I messed around with the prologue, I noticed that Seth was surviving 2 hits from enemies, and he was like wrecking them back. He almost doubles all of them. I think they're like 9 or 8 speed. So he's already doing a bit worse than in Sacred Stones because the enemies are stronger than Sacred Stones. Almost every enemy ever is stronger than Sacred Stones enemies, especially at the start. But, you know, he's I think every bit as good as you'd expect Seth to be. XP gain is pretty decent for promoted units in this game compared to Sacred Stones. Like in there, I think Seth gets like 5 XP per killing an enemy early on. And here I think he gets a little more. And just in general, whenever we need tankiness, if we can't rely on Oswin, if we can't rely on Marty, then I expect we'll be needing him a fair bit with no Conrad around, no Altena around to take almost infinite attacks. I think Seth will come in very handy. In fact, in the initial formation we're going to make, I think Seth will play a pivotal role. And until we recruit more units like him, he's probably the best that we have got. And with those growths, I don't think he falls off anytime soon. So if you like Seth in Sacred Stones, then you probably like him in this game. And I hope, I think Aina, as I pronounce it, the submitter, likes him as well. So I almost don't dare ask Raisins, but do you think Seth is good in Fire Emblem, The Mystery of the Emblem, Heroes of Light and Shadow?
I don't know. I mean, I played Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. It was actually my first Fire Emblem game. This was my first. This was like one of the first characters I ever put the cursor on. You know, so
Fire Emblem.
No, it should be good.
In Fire Emblem, New Mystery of the Emblem, Heroes of Light and Shadow.
No, in Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. But in Fire Emblem,
I thought it was Fire Emblem New Mystery Heroes of Light and Shadow.
Yeah. He might be good in this game too. This is like the one time you made the weapon rank lower. I swear.
Probably.
Yeah, you took away some of his sword ranks.
It's not impossible. I just forgot. It's not impossible. I just forgot.
Oh, okay. He was. I forget. Does he have double A? I think he has double A. Or...
Yeah.
No.
He does.
Wait, really?
Right?
Okay.
Right. I got into S rank swords so easily recently. I'm pretty sure he is. He used A rank in base FE8.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I do know it's like okay. S rank swords is like way better than S rank lances on him, right? And it's like you have to try, you have to hold back to not javelin everything if you can. But I mean, so this one's a bit different, right? We have the A rank lances, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, and there's no S rank in this game.
Yeah, A is as high as it goes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see how far these like 20 uses of Silver Lance carry us, right? You know, I'm kidding. It should be pretty good. I think this is looking all right. Like as far as the Jaegeds go, it looks a lot better than a Ron. Like I think a Ron just had lower stats around the board.
So much better.
Like, this guy should be nice. We have a lot of really strong units in our team though, so I don't know how much of like setting up kills for other people is going to be happening here, right? Like, okay, he's probably better than them, but like. I think if we look at Kellic or something, Kellic is just going to be way better offensively. Not defensively, but way better offensively. Oh, is that true?
I can see that. The speed is higher, so it can definitely happen. True. And he will grow faster. XP gain is going to be three times as fast for him, I think. So you have a point there. I don't know what everyone else in the army, but Kellic for sure. Like, again, keep in mind a lot of people that were good or better than him just left. We are left with Seth, Marth, Amelia, Kellic, Faye, Oswin, Marty, Isadora, and Brady. So that's literally all we have. There's no one on the bench right now. This is what we got.
Oh yeah. This is all we got. So it makes sense to me.
Yeah. Okay. I think we've done everything. There will be one more interruption from gameplay, which is when we get this village, we get another character, and other than that, we're pretty much good to go. So
we need the forge, or
we do need the forge, and we do need to buy an iron axe. Yeah, we get the forge. I'm gonna buy a nice iron axe for Marty, so he stops backfiring. Stops doing that. We have 10k gold to work with. I think you have less if you get units killed in prologue. So if your count is less, then that's probably why.
Oh yeah, get good, noob. I don't know. I got nothing. No, just kidding.
I don't know what the best forge for chapter 1 is, but I know one of the best forges for the entire game, especially chapter 2, is a forged iron bow, so we're going to make one of those. I'm probably going to open up submissions on Patreon once again, weapon names. If you're still a Patreon after all this time, first of all, thank you. And second of all, let's make a kick-ass weapon that likely hits the enemies. But this one is on the house.
Yeah, the bow forges are pretty good. Like, for one, the bows just have good stats. So, like, you know, you can get a big stat weapon at pretty cheap, but then also it has the effectiveness, right? So
exactly, it's the cheapest effective weapon you can make, and even though it obviously it has all the limitations that bows have. Pea shooter, let's go. It's still like so good, and I still think Faye is better than a lot of people give her credit for, and this is gonna help with that. But once we get more bow units, you probably will be worse off. But for now, enjoy our extra 2-range power with the pea shooter. It is
honestly. One of the nice things about the forged bow is that because they can't counterattack, it's only ever going to be used on exactly the enemies you want to use it on, right? So,
yeah. Because bows never counterattack in this game, right? It's impossible.
Oh yeah, they never. They can't counterattack, obviously. So
impossible. Okay, and let's ramp off. This is Lang trying to talk us into doing the wrong thing. All right, so. I like to look at the enemy movement order for these brigands and what moves and what doesn't. This hunter will not move initially, but these 5 brigands near our starting point will. So I'm just gonna make a good old horizontal wall with a bit of a corner to it to shield people like Faye and Amelia. And the order is like this guy, that guy, that guy, that guy, and then that guy. So I think what I'm gonna do is put a unit at the edge here, like kind of here, and then just kind of try and make it so that that person gets attacked, and then everyone just kind of lines up here in a neat little row. Maybe like here works too. So probably like, what's the order again? I think like Isadora.
Like one row below that, maybe, yeah. Or,
maybe a row below that is actually better. Yeah. So let's just put Isadora at the edge here so she doesn't get attacked twice, and then we have a nice point to start on, and then like Marth next to it here, and then Amelia behind lines. Gotta make sure that she has enough room to move away.
Oh, true. I see it. Yeah.
And then Faye behind lines. And we could put like Marty here. He can't afford to get attacked twice. And then we got Mr. Kellic over here with the steel sword. And then we get Oswin, who survives like 1 hit. And then we have Seth over here. Does that work out? I think it doesn't really work out.
I think they're able to wrap around the south, but if we make the box like what is it called? If we make it like a
I think if we do this and then put Oswin in pot spot, we're going to get attacked once. I think it still works out because Seth survives 2 hits. And they will shoot.
Yeah, like if he goes below Seth, I think he should be fine.
You mean Oswin below Seth? Like here?
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Like that's where we make the corner.
Yeah. Let's see if that works. All right, box formation, go. And check animations.
There we go.
They should be on.
It's actually a pretty satisfying formation.
Yeah, I agree. I could even put Brady here so we have a full-on, like, most satisfying formation possible.
Oh, you better do it.
All right. Yeah. I mean, they're not going to attack him, right? They can double Oswin. So they should attack him over Brady, which will be hilarious.
Yeah.
I can deal with it.
Well, that's just giving Brady someone to heal, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, Marty get doubled. Actually, like counterattacks like for kind of huge amounts. Won't lie.
Nice. Going for Oswin. But it probably means that other guy will go for Brady, I'm guessing. Unless he wants to go for Kellic.
Maybe? He wants to go for Seth? Does he just do more damage to Seth?
Probably Kellic.
Oh, actually, it's probably Kellic.
Brady.
Oh, never mind.
Unarmed Brady. Alright, we're showing it off.
Woo! Dodge tank Brady? What?
Alright. So we do have to deal with a bit more than I thought I would now.
Yeah, we're going to be in like the same
I guess, yeah, we could
situation next turn, I feel like.
We could just keep the same formation next turn. It's okay. In fact, we could use our backliners to kill this guy. And then just have Marty heal himself with a... I think there's an energy drink in Convoy that I could use. If there isn't, that's fine.
If we need to maintain the formation, what we can do is heal Marty with like a mend somehow. And then it's like Kellic 1 down, Seth 1 left, and then Oswin 1 left, 1 down. And then that actually maintains the formation, like, totally fine.
That's pretty cool. I wonder if this kills, though. Can we just do that?
Ooh, offensive.
And then...
She actually can move wherever she wants, right? So...
Yeah. There's probably
That's one
some
luxury
things
that
on
she
it.
has.
Mm-hmm. Osmond can just kill... Did he... Oh, he didn't get doubled by... He got attacked by, like, the one guy that doesn't double him. The 1/8 speed brigand.
Oh, wow, lucky him, yeah.
Nice.
Everyone else is, like, higher? Okay, crazy.
Really dodged. So, yeah, we could just... what was the move you said you do? Kellic 1 down or something?
Yeah, Kellic 1 down, Seth 1 left, and then Oswin, like, 1 left, 1 down.
Alright,
and that just maintains the whole thing.
Let's get rid of this guy, then.
No javelin on Seth, or I guess those are hard to come by.
Yeah, they can be bought in this armory over here, but I only have the one that I put on Osmond right now.
Makes sense.
Alright, so Seth 1 right, or 1 left, excuse me. Well, I moved him the right way. And then, probably mend.
It's either mend Marty, or it's find a way to get Marty the energy drink, right? So
yeah. I guess I'll mend him, and then we just put Osmond below Kellic. Yeah, sure. Looks
makes
like,
sense to me.
Yeah, mend is good here. Whee! Doesn't even get us all his HP back. Does he survive now? He does, okay. Oswin here, and I guess we could throw a javelin. I don't think we should, because it might...
Wait, we get doubled by the other guys, right? So we actually like need to heal, I think.
Oh yeah, let's see how that looks. Yeah, we should probably phone. That's right. Phone here. We're turtling. Turtling a little.
I mean, like, I don't know, welcome to early game, like, GSFE? I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is just how it goes. Ooh.
Better move Amelia back a little bit, I guess. But you can't wrap around all the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these squares are actually both in danger. So...
Well, if we move, Faye to the right.
Like, all the way.
Then she won't be in danger, right? Like, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4,
what
5,
about
6.
Amelia, then?
Oh, you're so right.
Well, we can put him here and here, and then we put someone else here, like Marth.
Oh, yeah.
It should be okay.
Marty Devil Axe?
That's also an option. I could just Devil Axe the guy and win, you know. That is something
Just
I
Devil
could
Axe. We just solve the problem, like, 80% of the time or something, right? Like,
If only I had one more might on that Iron Axe, man.
Ooh, yeah. If only forged that.
So close. You kill, right? Yeah, you can kill. That's not a problem with Isadora, though, is that she can, like, double herself to death if I give her, like, a steel sword.
Yeah.
What if Marth moved 1 up, and then we push P-shooter the guy to death? Would that be safe? Was
Marth has, like, a lot of defense, actually, is the thing. He's a pretty unattractive target to all these guys.
Yeah, I think they will go for Isadora over Marth. So
yeah, does he have an option to one-shot? Like, does Rapier do it, or...?
No, Rapier's same might as Iron Sword in this game.
Oh, but you're gonna just have him sit. You're not gonna
Yeah,
attack.
I'm not gonna attack. I'm not gonna attack. I'm just gonna sit.
Yeah. Sit's good.
And then shoot the guy with my greedy steel bow.
Yeah, I don't think they see the combined lethal, right?
It is combined lethal. It's just the combination of Marth doing nothing and Faye doing everything.
Yeah. Oh, no, the enemies. Like, I don't think that... Yeah, true.
They don't seem- If I put Isadora here, Marth cannot get ganked by these two because they both have Isadora in range. And they both will
That's
always
true,
attack
yeah.
Isadora, I'm pretty sure.
They'll both have a more attractive target in Isadora. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I guess what can happen is this guy goes for Marth eventually. But...
Maybe...
I can
No
check
way,
the- I
right?
can check
Surely
the
he
movement
goes for,
order.
like,
Hold up.
Marty, who gets doubled.
That guy moves first, then that guy moves first, and this guy moves last. I guess there's a chance.
So it
goes
never
for
happens.
Does it never happen? Because what if this guy goes for Isadora and then this guy goes for Marth from here? Then this guy's open to attack Marth.
They'll go for Marty. They double him, right?
I guess they would, yeah. Let's hope for it. You can't really change it at this point anyway.
That's true.
Oh,
Oh, right, there's this too.
Yeah.
But these guys go for the village, right?
yeah, they don't attack. I don't think...
Nice.
Maybe blocking him changes... Okay, yeah, you're totally right. Here we go. Take that hit. Deal that hit. Okay, Marty is safe once again. Oh, going for Oswin. I guess they're going for Oswin over Isadora. Oh shit, Oswin, what are you
Just, like,
doing?
doubling.
What are you
Oh,
doing?
wait, no!
What are you doing, you dummy?
No!
Oh, we should have like unequipped him or something.
You were the chosen one.
I didn't realize that a 5% crit would get me killed here. Defense.
Yeah,
Come
no,
on, dude.
Not defense, not speed. Actually, speed would have done it too.
Oh
right?
my god, Oswin.
Just do it again. Just crit again.
You dummy. Oh my god, that's
like,
so
Oswin's
stupid.
like literally a game over, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. That's so funny.
wow.
That's so funny. That is so funny.
No, Oswin, open your eyes.
I should have unequipped him. That's my
Yeah, yeah,
fault. We should move more up so we do more damage on turn 1 enemy phase.
Yeah. There's another place through the wall if we want. So the starting point I was thinking for this wall was actually if we go to this like brigand to our right.
This guy?
Yeah, the row under him, a big horizontal wall starting there.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Like, I think that could be pretty good.
Yeah,
like with no corner even.
That's probably better. So like, probably doesn't really matter who here, I guess. So just do Marth with the steel. And then Oswin can't really be anywhere, so I'll just put him here for now.
Yeah.
So make sure Seth is at the edge of it, I guess. Backliner. Isadora nice in the middle as an attractive target that leaves him with 2 HP is pretty good. Let's see, we need... Does anyone have to go... Yeah, I think Seth has to be at the edge of it. And we need Kellic and Marty in between. So that's just...
Probably, yeah, so
like this.
Yeah, Seth 2 left makes sense.
And then you here. Alright, at least if you have to restart in this game, which is happening frighteningly often, it is a smooth playing game. It doesn't take forever to just redo things.
Oh, I actually really like the inputs in DSFE, yeah.
It's so smooth. Right,
it feels like it kind of feels like you're playing on ice skates.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. All right, Kellic is apparently one-rounding them.
Oh,
but
okay.
He dodged, so it's okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that either.
I mean, I don't know, like, who everyone is in range of, right? Like, yeah, okay, that guy just didn't have Marty. Is the only reason went for Kellic.
Yeah, he only had Seth and Kellic. I should have realized that. Because that was the guy I said would move first.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it turned out all right. A better option actually would have been to give him an iron sword, so he wouldn't one round.
Oh, true. That was steel, right? Yeah, makes sense, makes sense.
Okay, Osman takes the big ouchies.
The big oof owies.
Now, don't tell me Martha's like in range of the hunter. That guy's way farther away, right? There's no way he's in range of the hunter.
Surely not. I actually didn't check that whatsoever, so...
It's
someone
Marth.
is.
It's not Marth. That's the good
news. That does
news.
complicate things a little bit, but we do like counterattack everybody, so there's probably like lethals that we can find, I'm sure.
I think even though this hunter crept in, we still have less damage to do this turn than we had last time.
Yeah, this should be...
Ooh, let's go. I would
pretty
like to
fun. Oh, is this the Marth playthrough? No, I'm kidding.
Maybe just playing FP12 is the key to having a Marth playthrough.
Yeah.
Alright, the good news is Kellic one-rounds literally everything we have. He's a joker, I guess. And Seth...
He's our guy.
Should be able to kill everything, too, that we want him to. Yeah, he kills all the brigands if you want to.
Wow.
Even kills the hunter with his 12 speed, but that's probably not a good use of his time.
Okay, I clearly didn't praise Seth enough, so...
Faye kills everything. Marth kills a low HP target. Maybe not the 15 HP brigands, but like a 2 HP brigand. Oh, he just kills this one. Alright, cool. What about this one?
Oh, okay.
Gets this one too. I think we just hit attack buttons until we win here.
Okay.
I think... Oh, Amelia can get to 2 HP one. Let's go.
Ooh, yeah.
Risk-free training lands incoming.
Get in there, Amelia.
Yeah.
Boom. We are going to train Amelia to 20-20-20, guys. Trust me. That's how we're doing it.
Alright, let's just give the hunter to Kellic. Bye.
And then more Fade chip. We got to make our chip unit better at chipping, right? So.
Well, I guess I will P shooter this one. And I'm just going to pay my Jagan tax now so I don't have to do it later. Get him, Seth.
We have the option to. I mean, he has like the good growths, right? Oh, okay, 12.
Yeah, that's
maybe
not as much as I was hoping for. That's okay though. We'll get some healing in with good old Brady.
We forgive you.
We forgive you. I guess Isadora.
And then these thieves, they.
Oh yeah, they do pop
turn
out.
Aggressive if you well, they pop out. Does it turn aggressive if you get the village?
Yeah, probably. So let's not immediately get the village. These brigands are not aggressive until you get into range. The ones I've got global marked. So let's get a couple Javies. Again, they have like 3 might. And hand X's have 4 might. But they exist. You might as well get a couple.
Yeah. It literally just extends your options, right? So you know.
Basically. And everything else here we can buy in the Preps Armory. So like screw it for now.
Yeah, like even if you only use the Javelin a little bit and you use like the Iron Lance the entire other like 95% of the time, it's better to just have the option, right? So
absolutely. Alright, here come the thieves.
I say like it's some awful weapon, obviously, but it's been like historically the better weapon in the game, right? Like
really is. Well, we can try to feed him to Amelia, I guess.
Ooh.
If we just set him up with Faye. I don't know how much damage Amelia does. Does she die to them? 17 attack? I think I say yes.
14 by 2? Yeah. Surely.
Looks like a death to me. Global ranges turns a little bit useless when you got thieves in your range that don't attack, but pretend they can. Let's just have Osman throw a thing at it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice job, Oswin. Just burning our end so that Faye hits. Hit him for... How much does you need to hit for? 8. So you need A rank to get +1 weapon triangle advantage damage?
Yeah, you do.
7. Alright, so if we do about this, yeah, this is enough damage. This should also be enough damage. No, it shouldn't be. This is enough damage.
Yeah, there we go. Kinda. Yeah, I think Seth is our only guy getting weapon triangle against these thieves.
True. Just check that.
Or weapon triangle damage, rather.
Mm-hmm. We can take our time healing our guys up a little bit. There we go. Move Marth to the village, but don't get it yet. We're gonna feed some thieves to Amelia. It's feeding time.
Oh, this is the map with the house that like tells you that Iran is like old and sickly and not to train him, right? So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me see if I can find it. Oh, she does die horribly. Let's just use the train lance.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't want to use my save point until I'm like going to take on the upper left part.
Like, is it really a pitfall if the game actually tells you to do it, though? You know, like, think about it.
Come on, Amelia, come on!
Oh, come on!
Is this the house?
Yeah, her level ups have been okay, or no? Like,
this doesn't look like the house. Yeah, this is not the house.
yeah, no, I don't think there's some. I think some kid is here to tell you that. It's gonna be like a guy.
Not that guy.
It's gonna be like an adult man. That's what's gonna be. Turns into young girls left in the country. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Very cool.
Decent start to a house combo.
Yeah. Just walk into a house. Guy opens the door. There's no young girls left in this country.
I'm like, what on earth did I walk
bro.
into? Yeah.
Started in the Wendy's.
Yeah.
I think there's more houses here. See, it is here. Just stop talking about those kids. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know.
There's no kids left in this country. Oh my god.
The Talus.
I need to know that I
This is
can't
actually-
use Iran, guys. This is important information.
I guess I might have been wrong, you know, so.
I do remember that combo. I just think it's a different house than this chapter's.
Yeah, that or it's in FE11, like it's one of the starting houses in FE11, maybe.
I have a feeling we only have one thief from here and no more. I think this is it.
Oh, wow,
This is our
really?
thief supply.
I could check if you want me to.
I feel like FE3 had more. I don't know for sure. I played that somewhat recently.
Yeah, FE3, they just like didn't stop.
Yeah,
I,
it
like,
never.
I tried to see how
stopped.
many I could stack down there.
I level
know.
2020 Cecile and they just didn't stop coming.
Yeah. It was like. And let me just put this in. Chapter 1, yeah.
Oh,
It was like. Because, well, in FE3, they just keep spawning and they don't leave or anything, so they just all kind of congregate down there. You
Yeah.
know, there's just like 5 thieves.
hmm
Like.
But hey, oh well. We'll make do with what we have. Are you ready for the next recruitment raisins?
Ooh, am I?
I will tell you, it's a mage, a female mage. And
Oh
then-
my goodness. I was about to be like, oh, it's Linda. And like, wait a minute, no. We've already seen Nino. I think. Wasn't Nino in the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it can't be that. Can't be Loot. I think Loot was in the other one too.
Brr, 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 brr.
Yeah, no. XX Loot XX. Yeah, no. Female mage. Delthea was in I can't remember if Delthea was in the other one. I feel like she was. I'm not sure though, so I'm gonna guess Delthea.
Show mercy to this child. She's only 10 years old.
Child.
And the child is Dorothea.
Is Dorothy?
We're only a couple letters off.
Whoa.
Only a couple letters off.
Actually, that's kind of true.
Here we go. Blue Caterade submitted Dorothea from Fireman 3 Houses. Her growth rates are based on what she would have as a Gremory, I believe. Again, I tried my best. And you'll notice immediately that she has C-rank tomes, a really strong magical attack, and 2 different Thoron tomes on her. They look the same on initial glance, but if we look here at the tomes, you see one of them is 1-2 range, but the other one is 3 range, which this game is
Oh,
not really
wow.
ready for 3 range Thoron tomes. But that is her personal weapon, a 3 range Thoron tome. Delthea, of course, has Thoron in 3 houses as one of her first spells, so that's why I'm assuming that Caterade wanted her to have Thoron. And I used her a fair bit in testing because, again, enemies couldn't counter this Thoron tome often, so it was the quickest way to get through some things, fight some tough bosses with 1-2 range weapons, especially guys on gates were very tough to kill, but Dorothea just kind of does it. 11 base magic is not super high, but it is pretty good for this point in the game, especially for a low level unit. The Thoron does a ton of damage because of enemies' low resistance stat. She's fragile like most mages are, but Honestly, this is just a Linde from Vanilla FE3 Book 2 that joins earlier, has a better Thoron Tome, and it's just pretty good all around. 50% magic growth will probably get her to cap at some point, and then you just have a really good user for example, Starlight to fight Garneth with, or almost anything else you want to. There's a lot of good tomes in this game. If Excalibur is still in here, which I don't think it is, that would be the one thing she can't use, but everything else, like Aura, is available for her. Yeah, I think she's solid. Just don't put her in range of like more than one enemy at a time, and you'll be good. So what are your expectations?
Yeah, no, I mean, we have the 3-range tome. I actually really like that a lot. So it'll be annoying to kind of like be checking every time in the UI which one's which, right? Because I'm sure there's some amount of like, oh, we can just attack at 2-range, so we equip the 2-range tome, and then next turn it's like we want to do 3-range, so it's like just finding the right tome or whatever. Like I'm sure that's going to be a bit annoying. I don't know if there could have been like an indicator to put in the thing. Like maybe they call it Thoron 3, but maybe this is the reason why like other people are widely successful ROM hack developers and I'm not. Right, it's like my solution to it is kind of weird, but no. I like this. I like this 3-range tome, and then the other one is the 2-range. I like it. So, kind of neat, you know, nice utility. The stats and the growth rates, I saw them. I don't know. They don't really look like that special in my opinion, but should be okay.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Oh, it is 3, by the way. It's not 1-3. It's 3. Okay.
Yeah, it's straight up 3. I think I might have forgotten to show it initially as I was like going back and forth between these screens. But yeah, they're the exact same, but one is 1 to 2 and one is 3. So we'll have to
there
be
we
very
go.
clear.
Giving some double bow Path of Radiance vibes here, right?
Yeah, yeah, true. But that is one of the funniest weapons in that game.
Yeah. 4-range bow, not 2, 4.
Yeah, exactly 4. I think. Was it the joke that it's double because it has double the usual range? Like 2 times 2 is 4? Is that the idea behind it? Probably, right?
I guess so. I mean, maybe. You guess the devs. I think it's a pretty funny weapon. I'm glad that they put it in, you know? Even though, like, let's be real, the weapon, like, kind of sucks. Like, I'm so glad they put it in, right? So.
I love weapons like that. They're great. Okay, so our next and last hurdle is this this fort. But fortunately, this is where we get a nice save point, so we don't immediately melt and start over if we die here. So the most intuitive thing to do here is obviously to put someone on the fort and they just take all the abuse here. They have about 21, 22 attack, so I think Seth can at least take 2 hits from them. Not to mention the fort healing will keep him alive. He's probably going to dodge a hit or 2. So I think this is just...
Doesn't he, like, die, actually? There's a good chance he does.
Yeah,
because he'll, like, kill one of them.
Yeah, I guess...
Does he kill the other 2?
Well, he kills that one, but not that one. So
yeah, but what about the far back one?
That's a good question. So 8 speed ones he kills. It looks like this one he would kill, but that one is out of range. So he kills 1, but not this one, and not this one.
But that's still taking like 4 attacks, right? So
true. I guess the alternative would be to line up here. I don't think they will take that bait though, but we could try that if you want. Like put someone here.
Yeah, my kind of first instinct here is actually to like give them the fort, basically. You know. Like, I mean, well, not like give them the fort, but yeah, line up behind it somewhere.
Yeah. And do we put another unit here? No, right? It doesn't really matter if we do that.
I
actually expect them to not even
maybe
move if we do that. I think they only move if you like go past the fort. But we can see if they bite, if they take the bait, you know.
Yeah. The good thing actually about like if they don't move at all is that it just gives us actually more options to pack units in there. Like if they don't move, then okay, well they do though. Yeah, what we could have done is like put I forgot the name of our great healer already, Brady. We could like put Brady in there too.
That'd be funny. Okay. I do think if we we might have lethal on all of them. Or we can I mean now they have the fort, I guess. But
yeah,
now
but we have a Calyx, so
yeah. So it's an even fight. If we killed this guy, now we could just put someone on the fort and now they'd be safe probably, right? As long as they take 3 attack, that should be fine.
I think so. Yeah. As long as they can tank 3.
Yeah. So I think we reserve Seth for that and just take this guy out with Marth or Amelia? Question mark.
Yeah, surely we have units who can do this, right? Oh, we can show off our new unit here.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. This is so much damage.
It's so
Wait,
much
what's
damage.
the Might on Thorn? Excuse me?
It's 13. It's really high. He's really strong.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and then she has Tome C. Isn't the Tome weapon rate bonuses just like giving attack or?
Yeah, it's the same as lances and bows. So I think at C it's 1 attack, and then at B it's 1 attack, some hit, and then at A it's like 2 attack and some hit, something like that. It maxes out at 2. I know that for sure.
Also, where'd this Iron Sword come from? Was that just
Yeah,
in your inventory the whole time?
I don't know where the 5-use Iron Sword suddenly came from. It's I don't know if I can deposit it or not. I'm kind of scared what happens if I deposit it. I could drop it, I guess. I don't know why it's here.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Like,
think
does she like class change and cast Rat Strike once exactly? Or like, what's going on? Like,
I think it might be the result of some cleanup that Radd did on my inventory, because there were some problems with that when I noticed with my chapter 1 save. It could be that. It could also be the last minute patches that was made. Something like that.
yeah,
but
I just didn't see it a moment ago, so maybe it's always been there and we just didn't look. By the way, I said earlier that Dorothea's stats are like, just kind of whatever. I take it back. Seeing this attack stat, I think this is higher. This is higher than anything anyone else can do by like 6 points or something. It's like kind of crazy.
It is a lot of damage. Anyway, I'm still trying to come up with a way to kill this guy with not my Thoron, but I think I might just use my Thoron. I think I'm going to use the Thoron on the Hunter, actually, to keep people out of range. Instead. Just use the 3-range Thoron here.
Yeah.
The Zap. And I could use Amelia to finish that off if I'm feeling brave. I do have the save point,
Oh, yeah, true. She doesn't even die on the counter, so you can just throw it. Yeah.
Based. Oh, Amelia.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, hello. Alright, skip that, otherwise we spoil Ogma.
Oh, true.
Seth could Volna because I just mend him here and I move him
Wait,
away.
I was thinking that might actually need to happen after he goes onto the fort.
Oh.
Like, I was thinking he goes into the fort, one-rounds the guy, and then gets mended.
Oh, I like that idea too, but he doesn't one-round the guy. So does that change it?
Okay. I mean, kinda. I guess does he live the 3?
I think he might have to dodge 1. It's like
Well, hold on. It's a 10. It's an 11. Well, not really a 11. It's like a 10. And then how much attack does the hunter have?
Less. So if
16.
it's 30
Oh yeah,
HP,
get
he
out
should
of here.
all survive.
He can
right?
sit.
Yeah. Just sit.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah, I did that in this order so I can one-range this guy with someone instead of putting someone behind Seth that can get hand-axed. Say Marth.
That makes sense. Does anyone actually have a hand axe or?
There's a hunter, I guess. So not the hunter, but not the hand axe, but the bow, I guess, is what I would
Sure.
what I should have said. All right, all solid.
Looks good to me.
Dun, 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 dun.
And Seth is now setting up the kills for everyone else. The thing I said he totally wouldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I mean it's a little awkward that he doubles like some guys, but not all. But I guess it's a winning either way. Either
That's true.
The guy is gone, or the guy is ready to be taken by someone else. It's all good with me.
If the enemies are dead, like how bad is that situation, really?
Oh no, he killed an enemy.
Oh no.
I think Dorothea literally one shots his thunder. Oh my god, how can I not? How can I not? How can I not take a one shot?
Oh my goodness. We got to get through this 3-range Thoron, right? Did we get more of those, or is it just the one?
I think this is it, but we do get a hammer that I think we can use with some people at a very
there we go.
point. Can you lift? Oh, you don't lift this shit. Maybe we don't do that.
We're actually unfortunately at a point where like nobody actually chips for Amelia now, right? It's like
Yeah,
they'll just kill.
We're at that awkward moment where everyone
We
else
need
is
to
ahead of
deploy
us.
like the next worst unit as well.
We need to find a worse
end
unit
with Amelia
instead of kills, and then make space for them in our deployment just to feed Amelia. I mean, this is really just this is not really Amelia being too bad. This is because Seth is too good.
Oh, true. Yeah, we got to find a way to blame Seth, right?
Gotta blame Seth. All right, Faye, Ironbow. Faye.
Boom.
Destroyed. Facts and logic. And get another save point here. I don't know what for. I guess it's to check the
For
options
fighting
with
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Yeah, for fighting Lawrence. Did you see what happens to Lawrence in FE3 Book 2, the original?
Yeah.
the famous command on Oifi Veil Ninian bot, where you go like...
Yeah, Book 2 Lawrence.
Book 2 Lawrence. Yeah, here it's a different sound effect.
He literally has dynamite in the castle or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, like...
You can kill him and get the XP if you want to. It's not disallowed. Alright, we talk to the guy. Like, hey, Lawrence, can you, like, not? And Lawrence is like, no. I can't do it.
What the?
Help the kids.
He's no longer the harden you knew.
My final message. Change the world. No, Marth, you killed Lawrence.
Oh, we have a cutscene. Oh, really?
Kind of.
But we lose the EXP. Come on, man. We
That's
could use
true.
Dorothea.
Yeah, we totally could have. Yeah. I mean, that also costs uses of my precious 3-range tone raisins. Come on. I only have
true.
I only have 19 remaining for the remainder of our deployments.
That's true.
Which, like from the next chapter onwards, I think we're getting at least like 3 units per chapter, and we don't get many more deployment slots. So we're gonna have to start cycling units out. I'm gonna try to.
You might as well just go through the PRFs, yeah.
Basically, yeah. And I'm gonna be trying with forges. I'm gonna try to focus on weapons that everyone can use, like irons, steels, javelins, stuff like that, to make sure we can trade them around to keep those around in our armies, so that everyone can benefit from them, as opposed to like forging like a PRF of Dorothea's and just having to bench her. So
Yeah.
that way we'll be able to benefit mostly from the forges. Again, I can't use everyone for the entire game, but I can't use all the units all the time, but I can use some of the units all the time, and I can use all the units some of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's gonna be it for chapter 1.
Yeah, no, nice
Pretty
chapter
clear.
1. Good 3 units. I like them a lot. It should be good.
They seem fun. Get a free mend for our troubles.
Not just the mend.
We'll see you next time for the dreaded chapter 2. Peace.
See you.